In this video, we're going to talk about how much money you can actually make in high ticket sales. So can you make insane numbers as a closer, 20K, 30K a month and beyond? And is that possible for a large amount of people? That's what we're going to chop up in this video. So the answer is yes, you can do 30K a month as a closer. Lots of people can do that. But what are the details and the nuances to that? First of all, there's tons of closers that are literally doing that right now today as we speak. I know lots of closers that do that. I know lots of business owners who have sales teams of people that do that amount each month. But it's not going to be the majority of people who decide to get into this. So some of these people, like some of these closers that I know that do that amount of money, are so stupid it would bend your mind. Like, you imagine this like competent, super like skilled salesperson, and that's not what they are at all. But as you should expect, you aren't going to do 30K a month and beyond in your first 6 months to a year, unless you just hit the absolute jackpot and you meet the right business owner at the right time. Sure, but probably not. So how do you eventually become that closer that's making 30K a month and beyond? What is the difference in them and you? And what have they done that you need to do, which is the most important part? First and most important, obviously, they're just in the right vehicle. They're selling for a very successful business. No shit, but this is more possible for you than you might think. If we're going to talk numbers, the business that they're selling for, many times going to be doing at least 300K a month, and many times going to be 500K a month and beyond. Because if a business is doing 500K a month, it's going to be very rare that they only have one closer, first of all, because one closer cannot handle that volume of sales calls all by himself. Unless the product they're selling costs, like it's super high ticket, like 20K or higher, then yeah, he can probably do that. But in most cases, it's going to be like a 10K product, a 5K product. 9 times out of 10, they're going to have a team of closers, multiple closers. And most times the business is going to be doing at least 500K a month and many times $1 million a month. Any business that is doing, I want you to think about this. If a business is doing $1 million a month, which many internet businesses are doing, they have closers that are making insane money. It's just math. Like, all the sales go through the salespeople, obviously. So all you have to do is work your way into one of those opportunities. And that might sound outrageous, online businesses doing $1 million a month, but there's many businesses that are doing that. How do I know? To put it in perspective, there are people on YouTube like Jeremy Haynes, you can go look him up, who runs a business that helps business owners scale to $1 million a month. That's the only people he works with. People who are trying to hit $1 million a month. That's what he does. That's his business model. If he was not able to successfully scale many businesses for a long period of time to $1 million a month, he wouldn't be running that business. He wouldn't have dedicated an entire YouTube channel that he's extremely active on to. He wouldn't be successful. You can go on his Instagram and look at his stories. He has a mastermind. There's a huge room of these people every 3 months who are scaling to $1 million a month and have scaled to $1 million a month. Go watch his Instagram stories. You can see it. Tons of people are making $1 million a month. So why can't you just work your way into a closer opportunity with one of these countless businesses? Like, you're not going to win this, okay? I'm right. I know what I'm talking about. You can do this. For perspective, you can run a successful business as long as you have a large enough market to sell to, right? So if there wasn't a market of people large enough for him to sustain that business of tons of people that are trying to get to $1 million a month, he wouldn't be successful, right? And this is a good point to make. If you see a bunch of people on the internet that are running a type of business, like you see lots of people doing the same business model, whether it's agency, marketing, high ticket sales, whatever, Amazon, it's working. Like, people are making lots of money doing it. Otherwise, you wouldn't know what it was. If something doesn't work, it quickly dies out and no one does it. And then you never hear about it again. The reason you're getting flooded with high ticket sales stuff all the time is because it works and tons of people are making money. There's just a much larger subsection of people who get into this and are lazy, don't do the work, quit, give up, cry, scream it's a scam, and they're the loudest people. So that's why there's all these people. But there's a huge number of people over here making tons of money doing it. If you could not make tons of money doing it, you wouldn't even know what this was, right? Because they die out and you never hear about it again. That's further proof. Proof. So just like I wouldn't be running this business and this program if it wasn't possible for you to make 10K a month and beyond as a remote closer. Why would I waste my time making these videos, posting on Instagram every day? Why would I tell a bunch of people that they could do this and that I could help you do that if it wasn't true? That would be a total waste of my time. You have no idea how much work this is behind the scenes. So just whenever you hear these wild numbers, realize that there are many, many people online who are making insane amounts of money doing sales, doing business. It's just outside of your reality because you haven't seen it yet and you don't interact with these people. Instead, you interact with negative losers in comment sections who have OF addictions and just watch Netflix all day. So that's your perspective. See what I'm saying? Maybe interact with these people or start looking at these people's content instead. So to make my final point on number one, these closers are just in the right vehicle. If the business is not crushing it, making sick money, the closer isn't going to either. Next, what are they doing that you need to do is something that many salespeople are not. And they have put effort into meeting other people in the high ticket sales space. And I know these days, everyone never leaves their house or gets out from behind their screen. So this is going to be very uncomfortable for you. But what you need to do is what these closers have done. They've just put a little effort into meeting other people that do high ticket sales. That's it. So you could go to events, you could join paid high ticket sales programs like mine. You can make friends with other people that do high ticket sales. It could just be the other closers or setters at the offer that you get on. You could go out with other people that do high ticket sales, shit like this. There's endless options. Now, why is this important? What most salespeople do in online business is they take their sales calls at home by themselves, then they log off for the day, they watch TV all night, and they never talk to another person ever. And they wonder why they stay in the same $6,000 a month job forever, and they never get any better opportunities. Many times you are going to get these really outrageous job opportunities like the 30K a month roles and beyond. It's going to be from who you know. So if you're like most guys these days, you never leave your house, you just rot in front of screens all day, and you never meet new people and you live like a vampire, why? Well, what are you doing? Like, you got into this and now you're making good money and you're staying at home? Why? If you go out into the world, many times this is where people find their good opportunities because these people all know each other, they're friends, things like this. And as an example, if you're a business owner and you run $1 million a month business, do you think you're hiring a closer who sent you an Instagram DM who has a cartoon character as his profile picture to take your sales calls, to generate money for your $1 million a month business? No, of course not. You're going to ask your friend who also runs a successful business if he knows a good experienced closer, and he's going to say, of course, I know a guy, I'll put you in touch with him today. And if you want to be that guy that eventually gets that referral and lands that 30K plus a month sales role, you totally can be. You just got to start meeting people. You just have to start somewhere, right? It sounds daunting, but it's really not. Have you ever met another person before? Have you ever gone up and talked to another person before? Just do that. Do it digitally. You don't have to go to every single high ticket sales meetup or event ever or make that like your entire life or become this super annoying, like extroverted social weirdo. That's not what I'm saying at all. But you can also get these good roles if you put a little time into your social media. You just maybe show a little bit of your life online. You network with other closers through social media, stuff like this, because the ultimate cheat code, super hack, is always going to be meeting other people who are successful at doing what you want to do. Like, you can skip 5,000 steps just by meeting the right person. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't want to do that. People are always looking for the easiest, most efficient way to get success. This is it. Just meet other people who are successful doing what you want to do. So what are some action steps for this? When you get into high ticket sales and you get your first role, just make friends wherever you can, wherever that is for you. Make friends with the other closers, get their social medias. When a meetup comes, because they have these all the time, go to a meetup. Even if it's in a different city, it'll be one of the coolest, funnest things that you'll ever do. So when the events come, go to the events, meet other people in high ticket sales, and just do that over the first year or two that you're a closer or a setter. And you will set yourself up to get opportunities that most people, one, are never going to even see, and two, you probably wouldn't have even known about. And also, just in general, I really recommend that you put effort into your Instagram and social media in general. Because, like, I don't mean you have to, like, post reels like I do and become, like, an influencer, but just have a social media. When someone clicks on your Instagram, can they see what's going on? Or is it, like, faceless, private, no pictures? That looks weird, you know? So the absolute biggest ROI, I don't know how to say this, you can do for your future when it comes to money, having a cool life, meeting other people who are successful doing what you want to do, is just having a very basic, built out social media where you post pictures of you living your life. So just put a little effort into it. In the future, you're going to wish you did. And quick side note, you could do this if you're old too, right? So there are plenty of old, you don't have to be 18 years old. There's plenty of older people that I've worked with and tons of older people that I follow on social media who have huge followings. Remember, there's tons of people your age, no matter what age you are, who will follow you and relate to you, right? Like the people your age, if you're older, are not relating to some 22-year-old, right? They're going to relate to you. So it doesn't matter what age you are. The only limits are in your mind. Next, closers who are doing those big numbers, 30K a month and beyond. Obviously, they have experience, but they've also put time into getting really good at sales. Now, this is a nuanced one because you know how I feel about sales trainings. My personal opinion is that you will learn all you ever need to know by doing sales, taking lots of sales calls and just doing it all the time. You're going to learn way faster, get way better by just taking a shitload of sales calls than any dweeb is who just bought every sales training on the internet and has read a ton of books, right? Many closers I know who are like insanely good at sales, better than me, and make a ton of money, have never taken a sales training. I've never taken a sales training. They've just taken thousands and thousands of sales calls, which you can do in just a couple of years. It doesn't take that long to do. So if all that is the case, what does putting time into getting good at sales mean? It just means that they have experience and they have taken this seriously. The second part is important. So the people who succeed wildly at this come into this with the goal that they want to treat this as a career. They want to progress. They want to do this long term. They want to get to those bigger numbers. Most people are not thinking this way up front, okay? You need to be thinking, I'm all in with this. I'm going to be doing this for years. Every other boat is burned. You're not just going to like dip your toe in and be making $30,000 plus a month as a salesperson. But this should be obvious, you know? But most people don't do this. They just want the like 10K a month job and that's all they see themselves doing. Or they don't even have a goal. They don't even like, oh, I don't know. I don't know where I want to go in 6 months to a year. It's like, well, you're going to go nowhere, you know? Which is like wild to me that people are just like, oh, I just want the 10K a month role because you're limiting yourself so much. Like that's the floor. You can go so much farther doing this than you ever thought was possible. I know you can do that because I've done it and I've seen the stupidest people I've ever seen who I was just mentioning making over 30K a month and beyond as a closer. The difference between them and you is they just didn't limit themselves in their mind. They saw other people doing this. They're like, oh, that's possible for them. It's possible for me. I can do that too. I'm going to take this seriously and I'm going to make that happen. That's it. It's just a mindset shift. So you ever notice how in my videos, I never give you like these complicated plans? It's just very simple, like straightforward, direct, in your face shit. Because complicated, intricate, gate-kept plans, that's not actual reality. Nothing is that complicated to achieve. Success is very simple at anything. I don't care what it is you want to do. You just need to get into the right vehicle, take it seriously, work hard, stay consistent, believe that you can do it too, and that you're not some special case who has like problems or something. This is most people. That's all you have to do. So when you get into your first closer role, treat this like a long-term thing, and it will be. If you take it seriously, get the experience, get good at sales, then you can leverage that later, much sooner than you think, into a much higher paying, better role in like a year. And then you just keep doing that until you're making wild amounts of money sitting at home talking to people on Zoom. What a time to be alive. That's the end of the video. If you want my help getting a closer role or a setter role, go to the links in the description. Until next time.